different race. This time we are doing the full-length championship right here on Dynamic Nights Esports, and today we are going to be racing at what is Formula One's Holy Grail racetrack, the Silverstone International Circuit. It's Silverstone, England, a 3.6-mile circuit that's been around, well, let's say when it actually began in 1950, 70 years ago as well. My name is KD1997, as you remember, who did comms with BKXI in the yellow comms a couple days ago. And speaking of which, he's actually with me today as well. So BK, welcome along into the comms box again.
Yeah, Racer KD, whatever I'm going to call you throughout the night. Thank you for hosting me once again. And we're here tonight. Well, it's all night, afternoon, morning, whatever it is around the world for the inaugural round of the full-length championship, which is a 100% championship. And we're trying to, I believe, I could be wrong here, but I believe we're trying to loosely base it off of the real-life Formula One calendar. So I think we were meant to race at Silverstone last week, or the week before when the 70th anniversary GP was on, but we pushed it back a little bit. But we've got our drivers here now, and we are about to start qualifying.
Yeah, and also, not to mention as well, you may have noticed some brand new names as well. Well, maybe brand new or mixed, if you want to say that, of not just the Australians, but we've even got a couple of Americans in here as well.
Yeah, it's going to be a great combination of the multiple tiers we have running here in Dynamic Nights Esports on F1 2020. You know, we have some drivers from Masters. In that case, being GeForce Todd and Tao and Alex, and then we have guys from Diamond like the reigning Diamond champion Bod Hod, and guys like Stowe Tao and James Cruz, and we have some representatives from Blue as well, like Kuda, who's one of the championship contenders down in that tier, and then also like Lunacy and Banana Cake Pie. And then from Yellow, our man James Cruz, and then like you said from Purple as well, there's Lopez and Jay Dunk and Iceman. So I think this is a really good opportunity for some drivers who may not necessarily race against each other normally because of differences in pace and like region and what assists they use or whatever. It's a good opportunity for those guys to be able to race together.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, now you mentioned also assists. Now that from what I understand, it's pretty much just kind of like what Purple, Blue, and Yellow do. Limited assists, basically. So everyone's using whatever assist they want to use, of course. So that's pretty much the case. But yes, it's 100% race, like we've been saying. So if you are not familiar with how many laps it actually is around Silverstone, it is 52 laps around Silverstone. So why don't
50.
Yep, go ahead. Sorry.
I was just about to agree on the 52 laps because it sounded like you were finished talking. But KD, you're very good with your Silverstone track tour, so why don't you give us one while our drivers begin their flying laps?
Alright, so you probably just saw, I'm right along with CRLJ Dunk. He just went through the first few corners and now going down Aintree and to one of the first straights, the Wellington Straight, one of the first DRS zones, into Brooklands, a hard left-hander, followed by Luffield, which is mostly you want to stick to third gear, but want to try to hug the inside curve as much as possible. Now into the old start-finish straight, also known as Woodcut, and to now a flat-out corner of Cups. Now this is where you want to rub the curb and then put that car into the corner as much as you can, flat out. And then we get into the famous Maggins at Beckett's corner. Or just stick to 8th gear, 7th gear, go to 6th gear once you get down towards the hangar straight. Now this is the second DRS straight. Into now what will be coming up is to Stowe corner. Now this is where you want to mainly be in 5th gear. You can just hug the inside and try to go the outside curve. Just use as much track as possible. Into now the chicane of the Vale chicane, and then a left-right chicane, and then finally at the end of it is Clubs, and that is the finish line. But also not to mention the first few corners, as I did not point out, that is Abbey and then Farmer's Curve, and then after that will be the village corner. But that is pretty much your overview of Silverstone.
Yes, that was a tour of the track that we're racing at today. GeForce Todd currently on pole for Racing Point, representing the Masters tier with a 124.9. Lopez only less than a tenth off of that one. As AU Wingman, he's coming up now to cap off his lap. Where will he end up? I think he might end up in that top three. Oh no! Scrap the top three. He's gone provisional pole.
And he got it by 2/10 over GeForce Toddy. And I think someone else just did a lap just now. Was that Bodhog, I think?
Yeah, a few drivers have clocked in times. Iceman's gone for a 25.5. I don't believe that one was on the board before. Same with Bodhog, like you pointed out there, a 26 dead. James Cruz, our man, he's absolutely flying around the racetrack with a 1:50.
He'll get it better.
I fully expect that half to go faster throughout the day.
Oh yeah, same. I mean, it's just you mainly want to be like obviously in the 124s. That's basically the provisional time. Prezzo though, or Stone Tell, meanwhile has a 26.2, and he did that on the medium compound tire. So we'll probably expect him to see him maybe crack into the 24s pretty shortly as well. But let's see if we can follow anyone that may be on a lap.
I've just spotted the most peculiar thing there. I'm not sure if your eyes were on it, but Banana Josh was about to finish a lap, and I don't know, it would have been in the 26s, but then he slowed down before the finish line and clocked in a 129, so I don't really know what the deal was there for Banana Josh, but he's currently put himself in P9. And KD, I want to ask you, in terms of the tyre strategy today, what will you want to start off with? Do you want to start with the softs, like most of our drivers have opted for, or do you want to do what the Stone Towel's done and try and start on the mediums? Because this is only a 14-car grid, so it would be fairly easy to qualify in the top 10 today.
Yeah. For a 100% race, I mean, the thing about the soft tires, they're going to have a lot of stress around Silverstone. They always do, if you looked at previous races there. So, I mean, maybe realistically speaking, I probably would say go in the mediums. But, yeah, I probably would do that. I mean, Prezzo has definitely got the better strategy at this point. But, I mean, you could go for a while in the softs. Maybe you can go for a two-stop. I think you would go soft medium soft or soft medium. Depends really though. But I know like if we did like a full quali though, I would definitely like go on the medium for like let's say Q2 because you can start there and then obviously you can try to go top 10 and you know start with the medium compound. But obviously it's different, so
yeah, that's it really.
But yeah.
We'll have to wait for the little monkeys with their AWS graphics to tell us what the pit strategies are on the formation lap, and then let them be completely out of whack when our drivers decide to just go against the curve and do whatever they want. But
much, yeah.
James, I'll just get back to the action. But I've just seen James Cruz do an absolutely gnarly corner cut, so he's not going to be able to improve on the 1:50 just yet. But hopefully he can improve on it soon.
He did a 1:27.0 if his lap was valid, was it not?
Classic BK.
Hang on. Give me a second. And Lunacy just suffered the same thing too. And VK's left. Great. Classic VK internet. Alright, well, once we hopefully get everything going again, I'll try my best, just to give you what's going on. So, AU Wingman just, I think it looks like, did he improve? No, he did not. It's still the same time, okay. Hold on one second. Apologies once again, ladies and gentlemen. As we are having a little bit of technical difficulties. Yeah, that's more of a common thing to happen, though, for BK. Obviously, he tends to have some kind of internet issue, but hopefully we can get it back in soon. Alright, anyway, let's see what's going on. So, I think we have only 2 drivers that have yet to do a time. Towel and Banana Cake Pie. Toddy just went quickest with a 24.5. So that's a pretty good solid time there from the racing point. So he improved his time by, what, nearly half a second, I think that was. So right now the top 5 stands as this: is GeForce Todd, AUWingman, Kuda, Lopez, and CRL Iceman. But AUWingman and Todd have been the only ones to crack into the 24s. Alright, so we got 7 minutes left in the volley session, and let's see if I can follow along with somebody. As actually right now it's kind of a little bit quiet. Prezzo's on the soft tires now, so... Okay, there we go. Now we got BK back. Now we're just going to try to get him back into the party. If I can. Just... Oh, it looks like someone's also joined as well, and Jamo from Yellow, I think. Alright, here we go. So, sorry about those technical difficulties. My apologies. But anyways, Prezzo did a 25-2. I mean, that's pretty much what a lot of people call him, as Prezzo. That's the nickname for Stone Towel, of course. Let's see. Here comes Tao. 25-0 is the time. And look who's smiling, and look who's joined back.
Hey man, it isn't a classic DNE stream without a technical difficulty or two. So I think we should be grateful that we hopefully we've gotten our technical difficulties out of the way during qualifying and not the race.
Right. Alright, so I guess I'll try to fill you in what happened. So Toddy just went quickest a few minutes ago. He now has a 24.5, went half a second quicker. And AUWingman's now in second, and DNE Tao is in third with Kuda and Lopez as your top 5. So the Ferraris are 3 and 5 right now at the moment.
Yeah, so it's got a Ferrari mob there. They're in third and fifth. Tao and Lopez, they're doing much better than Ferrari can do in real life at the moment.
Yeah, it's just because they have
I think that's going to be a constant theme as well. We're just going to back Ferrari for being a little bit rubbish this year. It hurts. It hurts to do it, but someone's got to do it.
Yeah.
5 minutes to go now. Current top 10. I'll quickly run you through that. It's GeForce Todd, Wingman, and Tao, your podium. Kuda and Lopez, 4th and 5th. And it's Iceman, Stone Towel, J-Dunk, Alex, and then Bodhod rounding out your top 10.
But yeah, Ferrari. Yeah, like you said, they have had a rough year. It's just because they just haven't been doing good in terms of development, and also not. I mean, I feel like it's mostly specific towards Seb because I feel like Leclerc's car is better than Vettel's, if I'm honest. But that's just me from what I've been seeing for like the past few weeks, I would say.
And welcome to the BK and Racer Talking Formula 1 podcast.
Yeah. You know, it's been a while since we've actually done that, but anyway.
Yeah, but I do agree with you that I think that Ferrari knew when developing their 2020 car that they weren't going to re-sign Sebastian Vettel, so I think they've focused on making a car a little bit more suited to Charles and his driving style, and that might be one of the reasons why Charles has been having a better year so far. But then again, you look at some of the races where Charles has been on the podium. What was it, the first Austria race and the first Britain race? Those two races were absolute chaos, where on genuine pace, I don't think that Ferrari really deserved to be there. So maybe it's just Charles being in the right place at the right time. But
I mean, plus they are trying to get more of the younger drivers. That's why they got Carlos Sainz to come in there as well. But also, I'm going to gloss over that for just a second because James Cruz did a time of 26.1, so that puts him up into 11th for right now. But the thing is though is that I'm sorry to cut you off, but the thing is too is just like it's just that I feel more bad for Seb because like your contract expired, but then Ferrari say, oh, we're not going to sign you because screw you, and basically just give you a bad car as well. Because I know Seb's talented, it's just that he's just in a crap car at this point.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see what the future holds for Sebastian Vettel in the sport, whether or not he does go to Aston Martin next year like a lot of people are predicting and what the media is really hyping up, or if maybe he, does like a Kimi Raikkonen or a Fernando Alonso move and just take a year or two off and then come back, or maybe this could be in Sebastian Vettel, which it would be unfortunate. It'd be an unfortunate way to go out, considering the career that Sebastian's had.
Oh yeah, I mean, 4-time world champion, had one of the best years during the early 2010 eras. Of course, dominated that with Red Bull at the time.
He wishes he could dominate with Ferrari.
I almost said that. I know that. I backtracked myself, but that was actually during the V8 era. That was before the Formula 1 cars switched over to the V6 turbo hybrid era. Excuse me, but. Yeah, he was like dominant during that time. Oh shoot! Well, that was a nasty crash. James Cruz just went into the fence.
He's in the fence? Question mark?
No, he did. No, he actually did. At the end of where the hell?
Where's the tar I can watch? I think he did. No.
Oh, he did that at the loop.
I missed. I couldn't get a POV with it, Maybe if I get on Banana's car, maybe I can see it.
Yeah. No, that's a. Oh no, his car was at. No, his car was at Woodcote, or was at Woodcote.
Oh, and Jamo is unleashing his inner Valtteri Bottas, getting some lawn mowing in.
Oh, nice little. Hey, Mercedes is making a lawnmower, so he's doing a very good job of it.
But yeah, we have 40 seconds to go now, and we should probably get back on the topic of the actual qualifying session because our drivers will be beginning their final hot laps.
Yes, they are. So, let's see, who can we follow that's actually on a laps? How about we follow on with Banana Josh, since he, I think, is the first one. And Banana's retired. Oh, he's retired in the pits. And Banana Josh is coming to left field. Lucy's retired as well. So they're both retired in the pits. Alright, so Banana Josh right now.
Sorry to cut you off here, but Bodhod is just about to wrap up his lap and he is going to improve. Could we see Bodhod get back into the top 10 as Bodhod comes across the line? It's a 125.3. A rapid improvement, but only gets him into 8th.
Meanwhile, we got the Alpha Towers coming. CRL Iceman, 25.0, followed by his teammate CRL J Dunk. 25-2, so the Alpha Towers are 6th and 7th. And now let's follow with Banana Josh as, let's not follow
he's
because he's validated. So we'll follow on with Prezzo instead, or the Stone Sow, in the McLaren, as he's coming towards the line now.
The back end stepped out a little bit.
He improved, but he
still improves.
By 75 100s. But
Kuda
24/7.
Up in the P2.
Yeah. He's now above Wingman, and why is Tal in the grass? Okay.
And I think that might be it for qualifying because Tal is.
We got a few more cars left. Lopez did a 24.8.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
But yeah, Tal's on a curious adventure right now. Alex is coming to the pits. Jamo's on an even more curious adventure. So I think that will be that'll be all for qualifying, Racer.
Yeah. All right, so that is the end of your qualifying session. So GeForce Toddy gets your very first pole position in the full-length championship. Well, I think this is the first. I think this is the first time that DNE's ever done this.
Yeah, for my knowledge, this is the inaugural race in this championship, first ever, and Toddy gets one on the board for Masters.
There you go. Kuda representing blue pretty well in second place. Wingman in third for representing Diamond. And Diamond. Lopez, I expect him to be where he's at, of course, in the 24s, representing for the Purple America Series. The America cars in 4th, 6th, and 8th, so not bad there, boys. And then DNE Tal in the top, rounding off the top 5 with Prezzo, one of the blue. I think he's blue and diamond.
Yeah,
place.
Blue and diamond.
Yeah. And then Bodhod in 9th. Of course, that was your reigning champion last season as well.
Yeah, so the Diamond Champ down in 9th, he will have a little bit of a task ahead if he wants to move up the field, but I'll give you a quick rundown now of the qualifying session. So GeForce titled a 124.582. That puts him on pole. Then it's Kuda in second, AU Wingman third, Lopez in fourth, DNE Tal in fifth, Iceman sixth, The Stone Towel in seventh, J Dunk in eighth, Bodhod in ninth, Banana Cake Pie rounding out your top 10. Then it will be Alex, Jamo, James Cruz, Lunacy, and Banana Josh rounding out the rest of the field.
And not to mention that Banana Josh was the only one that did on the mediums, but of course there'll probably be different strategies for everyone that's below the top 10, so we could probably see the rest of them go to the medium compounds, but we shall see once we get into the main race, of course.
We shall see when we shall see, but I think the pit strategy will be... I feel like we'll see more than the normal one stop that we normally get around here in your 50% race.
Oh yeah.
So
I mean, yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. So I'm hoping that we can see a little bit more variety in the pit strategies, which will hopefully leave us on the edge of our seats a little bit more as to what the drivers are going to do. The unpredictability is what makes Formula One so enjoyable at times.
Of course, but I'm projecting though for like the medium runners, obviously to go to one stop. But the soft runners, I would say, like I said, is probably a two stop. I think the pit window for softs is like somewhere around like lap 10 to 12, I want to say. And then the mediums would probably be like for their first stint, would probably like somewhere between 15 and 16 laps. But of course, we shall see.
Yeah, just remember though, that is the tyre wear on a 50% race. So we could maybe say double that and say you could get about, like 20 laps out of the softs and then like 30 out of the mediums. So maybe that could be a one stop there, but we're not entirely familiar with the tyre wear in terms of 100% racing. So I think for the drivers and for us in the comps box, it will be extremely interesting. There we go, the predicted pit stop strategy there on my screen. So we're expecting a one stop regardless. And it said soft to medium and soft to hard, and for the moment that it was up there, you can just tell that the soft to medium really seems like the way to go, and the soft to hard seems quite useless.
Yeah, it seems like it. It's almost like pretty much like Brazil almost in a way, like because you can go for a one stop in a 50% race, but the hards would be absolutely useless. So I guess it's kind of following that sort of way. But I know this race this circuit's a lot longer than Brazil, so obviously it would be different. But anyway, let's go ahead and go through your order one more time. GeForce Toddy is on pole position with Kuda, AU Wingman, and then Lopez and DNE Tal round off the top 5 with Iceman at 6th, Stone Tal in 7th, J Dunk in 8th, Bodhod in 9th, and then Banana Cake Pie in 10th, Alex in 11th, Jamo in 12th. James Cruz and Banana Josh apparently got disqualified from the formation lap, but they will be starting 13th and 15th, but the Lunacy starts 14th.
Yeah, and we have 12 out of 15 drivers today will be starting on the soft compound of tyre. The 3 who are starting on the medium are Alex, Jamo, and Banana Josh. So with that in mind, could we see the inverted strategy of them going from a medium to a soft, or could they be avoiding the soft tyres altogether? Because one question I do have is, obviously in the real life British races, we did see the tyres go off quite quickly, and could that be a repeat in the game today? We don't know, but that's one thing we're going to have to find out.
I will have to see too. I mean, it's not just from this year. We've seen it in other times, and not all the time, but on occasions we have. I mean, 2012 is a prime example of how the Pirellis were in Silverstone that year as well, with a lot of punctures that year as well. But anyway, let's go ahead and get to the 5 red lights. I think I'll hand this over to you, BK, since I did the last time in the yellow race, so you can take it away for us.
Alright, so we are here off the start, ladies and gentlemen. 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights, and it is lights out, and away we go for the British Grand Prix. Toddy with a nice start there. Kuda's going to get up along the inside, but Toddy ultimately is going to hold it. There's yellows at the back there. Jamo is around. Unfortunate there for the Mercedes driver, but everyone else seems to be getting through relatively cleanly. Your top 3 unchanged from the get-go, but there's a lot of squabbling around down the back there. Iceman has moved himself up into P4. Bodhod now getting past Banana Cake Pie, and Banana's going to try and go around the outside. Maybe. No, he can't get it, but KD, that first sector, aside from Jamo's spin, are relatively clean. And Lopez! He got a little bit loosey-goosey there, and he's going to lose position to Towel.
No, he did lose the position to Towel there. I think he went a little bit too wide going into left field, but I'm guessing what happened to Jamo is that he must have had too much apex on the curb and had a lot of wheel spin going to Abby. It's one of the most common things to happen if you do clip that apex. But yes, it's pretty much, otherwise everyone's gone relatively clean so far. Iceman with a terrific start. So far up into 4th place, but he's got DNA Towel right next to him into Stowe, and DNA Towel tries to get, but now they're trying to do the switch around, but Towel says, no, I'm just going to slam the door on you, and he'll move up into 4th place. But G-Force Toddy with a good start, and will lead the first lap of the British Grand Prix. I'll follow by, wait, why is my leaderboard's going wonky. So it's actually Toddy from Kuda to, I think one of the outfits, that's A Wingman right now in your top 3. My screen says A Wingman is in the lead, but he's not. And meanwhile, A Wingman trying to get into the inside, Kuda into loop, and he couldn't get there. Kuda holds him off. And of course, no DRS by lap 3. That is actually correct. Incorrect. What is on my screen, it says lap 3. It is not. AU Wingman on the outside, and Kuda tries to hold him off. There's still wheel-to-wheel there. It's a left field. Oh, Kuda runs into him. But, oh my goodness me, AU Wingman, how do you not spin? I don't know. They're still banging wheels. They're still side by side. He's still pushing him off a little bit there. AU Wingman finally gets by the Red Bull, as they were argy-bargy for at least 4 corners, but he finally gets by the Red Bull.
Yeah, great racecraft there from the two of them. A fantastic battle. Wingman on top, but I don't think Kuda is going to want to go down without a fight, as he almost clips the back of Wingman there, but the DRS is apparently it's lap 3 on my screen, and apparently DRS is available, but
it's incorrect. It was the same way too.
So there's no DRS just yet. It says lap 3 on my screen. Lap 2 though is lap 2. Luckily on the stream it also says lap 2. The Stone Tail getting a 3-second time penalty, and I was going to say the DRS is going to help Kuda get the position back, but that's just not the case. But lap 3 now, DRS is enabled now. Can confirm it's enabled now.
And Alex gets a 3-second time penalty as well, but also not to mention that CRLJ Dunk lost a couple positions too at the end of Stowe. Meanwhile, though, it looks like Kuda's starting to get under pressure from the DNE Towel, as DRS now will be enabled. A Wingman is a little bit of a sitting duck, as he has got no DRS to help him out. 1.8 seconds separate between him and G-Force Toddy at the moment. But it looks like everyone's trying to hold position, and it looks like to be the case right now after coming out of the first DRS straight in the Wellington straight, of course. James Cruz goes a little bit wide into left field, and it looks like someone locked up the brakes too. That was Alex. Iceman gets a 3-second time penalty, and pretty much it's just single file at the moment.
Yeah, so not too much too many positional changes, but we are about to go through Max Beckett's, and then we'll be on that hangar straight. The next DRS straight, we could see some moves getting done throughout the field, but right now the action are fairly tame, which hopefully... Oh, yellow! I just jinxed it.
It's a Red Bull.
It's an Alex.
Yep.
And he almost cleared off Jamo there. The redress almost caused that.
And Tao is on the inside of Kuda into the Vale chicane. He's on the outside line, and Kuda has the inside line this time. And he blocks him off there. Tao gets a 3-second penalty. I think he might have gone wide off the track there. As they're still side by side. Kuda's back with being side by side again, this time with another Ferrari powered car. This time it's just the Ferrari itself, but he holds them off at least for the time being.
Kuda has showed...
So close there from Lopez. He almost got the inside of Iceman there going to loop. Holds back the position though.
So yeah, the Stone Towel, he's peeled into the pits. Towel's going to go for a move on Kuda, and he gets it done. Is Kuda going to fight back? He's going to try and hang it around the outside. He's not going to be able to get it done for the time being, so he's going to have to slot in behind Towel. But KD, one thing that we've already seen in these opening 4 laps is that Kuda has a lot of fight in him.
He does, but he also has been losing a little bit of pace as well, as now he's got more cars to deal with too. He's got Iceman behind him, and then he's got the Americans behind him pretty much. Iceman and Lopez right behind him, and Kuda goes right into the ground. He pushes him off. He pushes him off, and they somehow did not get damage out of that, but they lose 2 positions as Lopez and Bodhon get by, and Bodhon's up into 5th now after starting in 9th place.
Yeah, so a good start for Bodhon, and I think a comment on that Kuda move. It'll be a quote that the
there's still
boys will love to hear.
Sorry if I cut you off there.
The redress has caused that.
Yeah. Anyway, there was a little bit of argy-bargy there still between Iceman and Kuda, but Iceman finally gets by him. And now Banana Cake Pie is coming towards Kuda as well. Banana Josh and who was the other one? I think that was Lunacy. I just got 3 seconds of penalties. So already I think
and there's a wingman one as well.
Yeah, a wingman. So what is that? Probably like 15 seconds?
We're not counting. There's no multi. We're not counting them today. I'm sorry to cut you off right now, but Kuda, he's showed a lot of fight so far. He's chucked it down the inside of Iceman, and Iceman's gonna try. There was a slight bit of contact. Both cars able to get away scot-free though, and with 5 laps in, we've seen Kuda battle side by side with majority of the front runners already. Do you think it's only a matter of time till Kuda crashes and burns, or do you think he can actually maintain this this aggressive drive?
By this rate, I think this could bite him in the butt. But also, not to mention, I was also going to mention too earlier that the Ferraris were battling out for quite a while at Luffield. It was between Lopez and Dini Tao. Lopez managed to get by him while you were focusing on Kuda. So Lopez is up into 3rd place now. So far, solid drive from the Ferraris at the moment. If only they could do that in real life. But pretty much right now, I think what's going on now at the moment is just pretty much the battle for the top 5 as Kuda seems to be closing on Bodhon a little bit.
Yeah, that Raging Red Bull, he has that silver arrow in his sights. Kuda, he's going to get the DRS here. It will be a definite advantage over Bodhon, and Kuda has a lot more ERS to play with. Chucks on that overtake button, chucks it down the inside, and that is as easy as you like for Kuda. Back into the top 5. Bodhon there really put up no fight, but there really was no reason to. It's a long race. You have to preserve yourself. You don't want to be crashing and making early pit stops.
Exactly, and I think we're starting to see groups already forming as well, as the top 4 have separated from each other, but the top from 5th to I think 8th are somewhat battling still, and then you've got also Banana Josh and Lunacy have been battling a little bit as well, and of course the backfield as well with Jamo and Alex. But that's pretty much what it's looking like. Alex, as I mentioned him, has a 3-second time penalty. I think that's 6 to him now. But of course, like I kind of have a habit though of keeping like counting the penalties. So even though we have no multi.
No, just working on your math skills, mate. There's no, well, once finished school, mate, there's no need to stop. But yeah, this four-way battle for P5, this little battle pack going on here. Oh, yellows.
Jammo. It's Jammo.
It's a Merc.
Yeah, it's Jammo. He spawned it at the Stowe corner.
That is not how you want your Formula 1 car to be positioned on the racetrack, but one thing I have noticed is that, well, this battle pack in the midfield, it's going to be one thing you have to watch, but Kuda, he's demonstrating some great pace, and I think that it's only a matter of time until he breaks away from Bodhod's DRS.
Yeah, I mean, he's got pretty good pace. He's probably just had a little bit of struggle, though, just trying to keep up with the front runners, of course. Like, he tried his best to defend them off. He just couldn't do that. But maybe we could see him maybe slowly climb back. It just only depends on how he goes. But so far at the moment, he's not doing too bad. Top 5 at the moment. But it looks like everything's gone a little bit quiet, I'd say. But Tal does get a 3-second time penalty added to his name in the Ferrari. And yeah, that's pretty much all we got so far. And meanwhile, it looks like Bananas closed in a little bit on Iceman, but I think he's a little bit too far off. And the same story with the rest of the battle for the top 5 right now, or the last bit of the top 5, I should say.
Yeah, KD at the moment, as G-Force Todd actually sets the fast lap of the race on 1:29.4. It's fairly pedestrian at the moment. A lot of drivers, I think, just trying to get around, try and, drive their tyres out, preserve the tyres, try not to damage the car, and there's a lot of single file racing as Lunacy.
Oh, Lunacy's out. He's gone into the
retiring from the Grand Prix. So
already first retirement.
We're down to 14 runners. Lunacy is out of the British Grand Prix, so we've lost one car in the opening 7 laps. And yeah, in terms of action right now, there isn't a whole lot going on, but there are a lot of cars that are within close proximity of one another. So I think we'll sort of just have to sit here and pray that a battle can follow up soon.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, if you look at the gap now between GeForce Todd and AU Wingman, it's pretty solid right now. 3 seconds difference between him and AU Wingman. But yeah, pretty much everyone's gone a little bit off on their own little island, per se. But Kuda had a little bit of not a very great exit, I'm going to say, there out of the hangar straight. But now he's got Bodhon all over him with DRS, but I think he's a little bit too far away. He'll have to stay exactly where he is. As AU Wingman goes to the... Wait, what? Wait, he just retired in the pit lane.
As Wingman is now out of the session, that is peculiar. So we're down to 13 runners now. So Wingman, he wasn't a very good P2, and for whatever reason, Alpha and our team have decided to call him in, and he's out the race. Oh wait, Toddy's run a little bit wide there.
I just glanced at him, but
yeah, if you look at the gap, Lopez has just gained about 2.5 seconds on Toddy. So Toddy making a mistake, and he hasn't had to fully pay for it, but his gap at the front has gone down drastically.
Yeah. But like, I'm just curious of why Wingman decided to retire in the pits. There was nothing wrong with him. There was nothing wrong with his car. At least I could tell. As Toddy gets a 3-second penalty now, but I don't know. Maybe he had the Ferrari Gremlins? Question? I don't know. But anyway, but the Ferraris themselves are currently now 2nd and 3rd, so they're in a really good spot at the moment.
Yeah, they're currently sitting in a double podium situation there with Lopez in 2nd and Tao in 3rd, and now that four-way pack that would have been for P5 is now for 4th place. So these four, they are creeping ever so closely now to the podium, but I don't think that Kuda has the pace to catch the guys on the podium. As 10 laps in now, I'll give you a quick rundown of your top 10. It's Tony's off!
Oh, Tony's
Tony's
off!
in the fence!
He's in the... Oh, he was close to the fence. He was close to the fence. He didn't touch it.
He almost hit the fence.
He almost did, but Lopez gets into first place, and so did Tal, so it's a Ferrari 1-2 now. Well,
haven't seen one of those in a while.
Yeah, I don't think we had since, what, 2018? As Alex retired from the race.
Alex is out now, and the safety car's out too.
Deployed. Wait, is he in the fence? Let's see.
Alex is in the fence.
He is in the fence. He is in the fence. So, a safety car is deployed because of Alex crashing into the right side wall. And Kuda has a... Oh, no. He gets a drive-through for speed under the safety car. Oh, jeez.
Now, the question here is, Racer, what do the drivers do from here? We're about 15 laps out from the pit window to switch onto the mediums. So, do the drivers, do they opt for the mediums and try and hold out on them until the end of the race and try to do a 42 lap stint? Do they stay out on the softs and just stick to their original strategy? Or do some of these guys gamble on the hards and try and get them to go to the end? And I suppose we'll find out because Lopez is coming into the pits.
And he gets a 5-second penalty for good measure. Oh, the Ferraris are going to double stack.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Ferraris are double stacking, but Kuda stays out, but he has a drive-through penalty against him. Looks like almost everybody's coming into the pits, from what it looks like, except for Kuda. And on go the medium compounds for Lopez, and Tal follows along. And pretty much a typical Ferrari double stack, just the second driver just basically waiting for a longer period. And he also Tal also loses the position as well. Actually, he lost. Did he lose? I think he lost just one place, as Bono got ahead of him in the pit lane, and same with GeForce Toddy as well.
So we're seeing a variation of our strategies here. So we have a few guys on the soft tyres. Obviously, Cooter and James Cruz decided to stay on their current set. They haven't pit. They are opting for track positions. They are currently in first and second. GeForce Todd, I think he is going to do a two-stop from here. I'm guessing he'll go into the mediums next. He is in fourth. Then Lopez, Bodbod, Towel, Dini Talis, Jamo, Banana, and the Stone Towel are all on the mediums. So all of them except for Jamo, they're on fresh mediums. Could they get those to last to the end? We don't know. And then guys who I think will definitely get to the end will be Iceman, Jay, Duncan, Banana, Josh, and yeah, because they have opted for the hard tyres. As heading into the comments section, Jack Presland, he's the brother of the Stone Tail, is currently in P12. With he's in the fence, and yes, Alex was in the fence. That is the cause of the safety car. Remember to. The audience watching the live stream, feel free to drop your comments in, and we'll keep up the engagement with the audience with 100% race with not a lot of action in the opening 10 laps. We're going to need it. As James Cruz now opting to come into the pits, so for whatever reason he didn't do it last lap, and I think I think for fun measure he's just gone and taken out the pit speed board to mess with some of his fellow drivers there.
Just remember, it's 60 kilometers an hour, in case everyone forgets, for the pit lane. Which is equivalent to
James
37 miles an hour. But anyways, sorry.
James is in, and he's gone for a new set of soft compound of tyre, and he's actually... Is he serving a stop-go?
Yeah, he's serving a 5-second penalty.
He must have been.
Yeah, he's serving a 5-second penalty. So... Alright, so... but here's the thing, is that I don't think you can go to the very end with the mediums. It's a little bit too soon, I think. They could have just waited. They could have just either waited or go to the hards. I probably would have preferred to go in the hards, really. And just try to go to the very end. But we'll see what goes on. As I think we should have everyone queued up at the moment, as almost everyone has. We're just waiting on James and Prezzo. But the safety car will come in this lap. Akuda will have to serve a drive-through penalty as well. Now, if you're probably wondering, if you're not too familiar about the rules and regulations of why Kuda hasn't done it yet, is because you cannot serve a drive through penalty under safety car conditions. You have to do it under racing conditions.
Yeah, that's going to be obviously devastating for Kuda, as he currently is in the lead. And one thing, Racer, would Kuda, if you were Kuda, would you serve the drive-through as soon as the safety car comes into the pits, or would you wait a couple laps, try and build a gap to the cars behind, and then serve that drive-through?
Probably just try to build a gap as much as you can, just for another couple laps, as now we got the safety car coming in. Yeah, I probably would just try to build a gap as much as I could, but I feel like he'll have to go back into the backfield regardless because he has to do a pit stop as well, as he's the only one on old softs. Well, he's on old softs, but also Jamo is on old tires as well. He's on the mediums. But anyway, looks like we're back under green, and Kuda will lead the pack with Lopez, Toddy, and Bodhod, and DNEsports in your top 5 with Iceman, Jamo, Ben Kekpai, and then J Dunk and Ben Josh. Stone Towel and James Cruz have a little battle into Abby, and Prezzo gets by him pretty easily. But Kuda leads the pack right now at the moment, with Lopez kind of closing him on him a little bit with those fresher set of medium compounds. But GeForce Toddy right behind Lopez with those fresh, softer tires. Lopez goes
he's wide.
He goes deep. I think he might have locked up there, as GeForce Toddy had the door wide open for him, as he gets by him easily. And now he's going to have to deal with the Red Bull Kuda as they go down towards Woodcut, and easily squeaks by, I think. Oh, yep, okay, he did. So Toddy is back in the lead of the Grand Prix once again, and Kuda back down to second place. So now I think this is the point where he has to serve that drive-through penalty as well.
Yeah, I think letting Toddy through is probably the best thing for Kuda's race, because at the moment he's not actually provisionally racing these guys on track. He just has to try and get around as fast as he can, not battle people. And Toddy on the fresh soft compound of tyre, we did expect him to break out back into the lead in quick fashion, and he's done exactly that by almost doing it in the first sector.
And Toddy with a brand new fastest lap of the race with a 29.1 as well.
Yeah, so 2 overtakes into the lead and the fastest lap. So, recent fortunes have been great for GeForce Todd, as now Lopez is all over the back for Kuda. So the battle for second place could really be spicing up here.
And just remember, the DRS will be enabled once we get to the next lap, but I don't think that's going to be the case for Lopez as he closes in. Actually, no, you have to stay back a little bit. I think he's just trying to be patient and wait for the DRS to open up, of course, but I mean, he won't have to battle him regardless, because Kuda is still on those old softs and has to drive through to serve, as Kuda goes a little bit wide there at left field. Oh, and Kuda's just, he's not trying to back off at all. He kind of fought out a little bit there with Lopez into Woodcut.
Yeah, this dog has a lot of bite. It is Red Bull versus Ferrari, and even though the Red Bull is on some old tires, loosey-goosey there from Lopez, he's lost a bit of ground. He's quickly tapped on that overtake button to try and regain some of that time. And I think luckily for Lopez, that Bothold was just a little bit too far behind to get put under any real threat, as now Lopez is going to send it, is he? They get close, he locks up, but Kuda holds on.
Kuda has to pit though, or go into the pit to buy this lap, otherwise he will be disqualified from the race as well. But Lopez is all over him. DRS is enabled. Bodhod and Towels at penalties as...
Hang on, we got yellows. There's a crash! Dear. It's J Dunk and Banana Josh, and J Dunk almost did a BK in Diamond. He almost reversed into Banana there, but obviously we didn't have any eyes on that crash, but was that crash similar to the one between Albon and K-Mag, I wonder?
And meanwhile, Lopez is on the outside of Kuda into Brooklands. Now he's on the inside line into left field. I think that should be easy enough. Lopez takes second place away from the Red Bull. But yeah, I don't know what happened exactly. I didn't catch exactly what happened. I just caught the aftermath of the whole incident out of clubs with those 3 cars.
Yeah, and the aftermath was that there was an Alpha Romeo and an Alpha Tauri, battle of the Alphas there, crashed off as Kuda has a 3-second time penalty. He's done his battling bit with Lopez now. Lopez is going to break away a little bit on those fresh... scrap breaking away. Kuda is just trying to get as much time as he can, but I believe now is the drive-through serve. Yep, he's serving drive-through, so he is going to fall down the field a little bit. Now, Bodhon in the Mercedes is going to move up into the podium places as GeForce Todd, a 1:28.0 with the fastest lap of the race.
And of course, the lap record, if I remember correctly, I think that was set from last season, if I'm correct, by Lewis Hamilton, was like a 27.8. So he's not too far off from his lap record for the moment, I'd probably say. But we might see someone crack into the 27th on race pace. But Toddy right now has a 3.4 second gap between him and Lopez. But he will have to pit again as DNE Tao goes on the inside. And the Ferraris are back to being second and third as Tao goes ahead of Bodhon into Brooklands.
Yeah, so the Merc and the Ferrari there, it's a modern day battle between those two. It's a modern day rivalry between Mercedes and Ferrari, and in quite the contrast to what we've seen in real life, it's actually the Ferrari on top for once as Tao just breezing past Bodhon. You can just look at that gap already extending out to just under a second as Bodhon will have that benefit of DRS to keep him in the battle just for a little bit longer, and we could see a spicy battle for third here. Yeah,
we could see what Ferrari and Mercedes have dealt with battling each other out, well, before Ferrari decided to be totally in the dumps this year. But Bodhon is... Sorry, go ahead.
That says James Cruz gets a 3-second time penalty there. Just another one for the boys.
And meanwhile, besides Bodhon and Tao, we also have Banana Cake by closing in on Iceman a little bit as well. As Banana Josh has another penalty against him. A little bit of a squirrely exit there from Iceman. He's got DRS pressure from Banana Cake Pie as Banana, does he think, he thought about, he crashed into the back of him. He crashed into the back of him. Well, he hit the back of him, but he's lost his end plate.
That came flying straight off, so Banana with the wing damage, he is most likely going to have to pit this lap to repair that if it's going to affect his driving a lot there, so that's very unfortunate there for the Renault driver who was showing some good pace to get into the top 5.
Yeah, he's going to be struggling. He's going to have to go back to the pits. I think the thing is that he went a little bit too deep on the brakes. There was nothing wrong with what Iceman did. I think it was just more on Banana, I'd say. As Jack Breslin puts 2 more comments saying, the rivalry. He's made a mistake.
Banana Cake Pie, he's in the pits. It'll be interesting to see what tyre compound he goes to. He's already used 2 compounds in this race, so he doesn't have a need to go onto the hards, but he might want to use the hards just to get into the end of the race. He might be able to stretch out the mediums as well to the end of the Grand Prix if that's what Renault decide to do there, and it's a fresh set of mediums and a new front wing on that Renault.
Okay, so he's going to try maybe go to the very end with the new set of mediums. There's a little bit of stretch, but we'll see what goes on. Kuda, wait. Okay, I'm trying to make sure if that's correct because it says that he's on 17 lap old. So he's still on the same set. Oh wow, okay. He is because he didn't pit under that first safety. Well, he didn't pit under that safety car, and then he had to serve that drive-through. Yeah, I know that. I'm just making sure because I know Codemasters has the thing where it's
correct for once.
It is actually correct for once. So well done, Codemasters, for being competent for once at least.
Yeah, and back to the comments now. Jack Preslin asking how's the UV affecting the track. Can confirm it's pretty sunny out here. Racer, obviously I have teleported down to the pit lane all of a sudden, as I am pit lane reporter, greatest racer of all time. You know, you name it, I'm probably it. And can confirm you need if you come outside the com box, Racer, I would recommend bringing out some sunscreen because. Possibly you get sunburnt today, so that's how the UV is affecting it. Really, it's sunny, it's hot, and wear sunscreen.
I could use a little bit of sunlight, of course. I might go to the grandstands like pretty much what Ted has been doing all season long, and maybe enjoy my time at the main grandstand because it is a really lovely day. But there are some parts of shade. As you can see, as you see Tao going into Brooklands, it's mostly if you want to go into that part of the track is where it's a little bit cool, but otherwise I kind of enjoy mostly the sun. Get a little bit of tan, you know. Of course, it's still the summer in America, of course, and Europe, but I know it's not for you guys.
Nice and sunny, but we actually have a bit of on-track action to report now. As James Cruz is all over the back of Jamo. Jamo's still on his medium tyres he started the race on. James on a fresh set of softs, and we might be able to see a James Cruz overtake here on the stream, boys. This could be huge. As James Cruz is all over the back of Jamo, he's going to slot in behind for now. As once we hit Stowe. Not Stowe, the bloody hanger straight, that's the one. We're gonna see if DRS get activated, but he doesn't have much ERS to use. I don't think the Haas is gonna be able to get it done, but this battle for P6 is gonna be one to keep an eye on.
Yeah, pretty much. As Jack Preslin mentions, we need another safety car, debris. We did have debris earlier, if you did see, from Banana Cake by his end plate coming off when he hit the back of Iceman earlier, but was not enough for the safety car, unfortunately. But it would be great to spice things up a little bit, though.
Speaking of spicing things up, GeForce Todd with another 3-second time penalty. Don't really know how many all the drivers have, but that could have some later race implications, and we sort of need to stick on board with this whole P6 thing because it's really where all the action is at the moment. As James Cruz, he is, I want to say stuck behind Jamo, but he hasn't really showed the pace to get past him half the time. But with these guys going out like they can the Stone, like they are, can the Stone Towel be able to get in James's DRS and maybe try and make a move on both?
I think he could. I mean, he's closing in on it a little bit. Right now the gap is 1.2 seconds as he's gained a tenth out of the entry of Maggots and Beckett's. But, you know, that's not the only thing we've got, as we also have J-Dunk going to be battling with Banana Josh for 11th place. J-Dunk closing in on him a little bit. Banana Josh trying to defend the outside line. Now the inside line from Brooklands to left field, and he does hold him off at least for the time being, but we may keep an eye on that later as Prezzo has closed in now on James Cruz, and now this is a three-way fight for 6th place.
Yeah, and Jack Preslin in the comments, he's saying he wants to see James Cruz get the overtake done. I think we all want to see James Cruz get the overtake done, but instead of worrying about the Merc in front of him, he has to worry about the McLaren behind, as the Stone Towel, he's been very, very under the radar so far.
Oh,
and
James! He did a little sliding.
He's got a little loosey-goosey, and the Stone Towel, he's going to carry through the positive momentum he had, activate that DRS, and the Stone Towel straight through, up in the 7th, but is James going to try and fight back? I think he is. There's a gap there if he wants it, but he nope, not yet.
Not
so
yet.
At the moment, McLaren 7th, Haas in 8th.
Let's go back to 11th now, as we still got J Dunk all over Banana Josh still for 11th place. Ooh, a little bit deep in the brakes there from J Dunk. Into loop we go. Banana Josh goes a little bit wide. DRS will be enabled for the AlphaTauri, but he doesn't have very much of it. But I think he's got a better run than Banana Josh does, as he's going to try to go on the inside into Brooklands. And, oh, they're still side by side. And the AlphaTauri just trying to hold him off. He can't at least. Nope, he cannot hold him off. He has to give the position to Banana Josh. But now they're still fighting off into Woodcut. And on the outside still is Jay Dunk. And he gets by him now into Cups. So into 11th place goes Jay Dunk of the AlphaTauri.
Yeah, we're going to have to go back up to the battle for 6th now because the Stone Towel has just sent it.
He just completely sent, and he locked up really badly there too, as well. Jamo went a little bit sideways. They're out of loop.
Yeah, but, you know, Daniel Ricciardo. He is going to McLaren next year. Daniel Ricciardo, a Perth boy. The Stone Towel also a Perth boy. So maybe the Stone Towel is unleashing his inner Daniel Ricciardo today. As Jamo goes a little bit wide there, reminiscent of Mick Schumacher in the F2 race. He's
Jamo.
loosey-goosey, and James Cruz gets the move done, boys. James Cruz gets the move done on Jamo, but I don't think Jamo is going to want to give up at all. So the fight for 7th will definitely be back on, because I don't think these two really have the pace to keep up with the Stone Towel this afternoon.
No, I don't think so either. But yeah, you just witnessed, folks, a classic James Cruz move. Maybe not the total classics that we've seen in the past, but at least one of them. But it went a lot cleaner than I think all of us expected too. So I think the gaps are now starting to spread just a tiny bit, as Prezzo is he's pulled away just a little bit. It's only 8 tenths right now between him and the Haas of James Cruz. But I think we should go back to 11th, as Banana Josh and Jake Dunk are still battling out for 11th place. Into Beckett's, into the hangar straight. Banana Josh goes into the grass.
Oh, Banana Josh, he's in the grass. Oh, he spun.
Oh, dear. Yeah, he went too wide, hit the grass, and just absolutely... And he probably will have to get a new set of tires, as well, as those tires are absolutely heated up.
Oh, he's in the fence.
He's in the fence.
He's in the fence.
And he's in the fence
again. He's out.
He's out of the race. And a VSC is deployed this time. Not a safety car, it's a virtual safety car.
So a bad day for the Alfa Romeo boys. Both cars out in the first 23 laps. Only the virtual safety car gracing our presence, but that is enough for G-Force Todd to come to the pits, because remember, this is around the pit window to go for the mediums to the end. So this could this right. VSC has actually played right into the hands of Todd today.
Yeah, that's true. He will come back. He will come out behind, I think, behind, I want to say, Bothan, or, yeah, I think it will be behind Bothan, as Iceman, a 5-second penalty for speed in the pit lane. But yeah, this is definitely beneficial for the Racing Point, as he's got fresher set of mediums, and could get to the very end. But you could see that Ferrari's probably going to have to go into the pits very shortly, I would assume. And right now they are on 12-lap-old mediums right now at the moment. But also we got more action in the pit lane as well, as Iceman's in. Jamo has finally decided to come into the pits as well.
And so is Kuda.
And Kuda as well, yeah. So he was following the strategy. Yep.
Yeah, I'm about to say, on my screen at the moment, I've just seen the prompt for a one-stop onto the hards, which is actually what Kuda's opting to go for. And what's Jamo opting to go for? It still says mediums on my screen.
He is on the mediums still. He's on a fresher set of mediums though.
I need a quick... No, it says he hasn't stopped yet. Did he ever drive through? I'm checking the race director right now for you. I'll get you confirmation on that one.
I just checked it. Actually, I just checked it before. Yeah, he's still the same one. Maybe he did.
Yeah, because Jamo got a drive-through for speeding under the virtual safety car, so he didn't necessarily want to pit then. He just had the drive-through.
That's interesting. I didn't even see that on my screen, like saying that he had a drive-through penalty. I mean, that kind of was that's kind of some things I've seen before, where apparently the game does not update you on some occasions, and that I think was definitely one of them, because I did not know about this. The only one I knew was Kuda's drive-through penalty. That's it.
Yeah, so anyway, one Mercedes running on the podium there. The other, unfortunately, getting struck down with a drive-through penalty, as the Ferraris right now, they're sitting in 1-2. Not much has been discussed about them. They're sort of just doing their own thing, racing their own race and getting on with it. Bodhod sitting in third. Again, sort of been a bit of a quiet race, but I think the story of the race that we're going to have to develop here is GeForce Todd, because we don't necessarily know if Bodhod and the Ferraris are going to be pitting again. So if that's the case, Toddy really has to get a move on and try and push to catch these guys.
Yeah, and as you also were talking to, he also has a purple first sector, so he's pushing a little bit with those pressure set of mediums, trying to get back up to the rest of the field, of course, as I think, let me look at the leader interval. So he's only 19 seconds away from Lopez, so pretty much, yeah, he's just trying to get a move on as quickly as possible, but we will see what goes on for the entirety of this race. I probably would think that maybe the top three are going to try to go to the very end, but of course they're going to be more of a little bit more of a dire situation, as they have way older tires than Toddy does. In that pink Mercedes, I'm sorry, Racing Point. My bad.
It's a common mistake. But
yeah.
I think
it's a replica of the 2019 Mercedes. Let's just call it that. It's just pink, though.
Wait, there's 2019 cars as DLC in 2020. What?
What? No.
I am very surprised and shook. But anyway, I think this race is gonna sort of unfortunately it's gonna be sort of reminiscent of just a real life race where normally it's one stop and the front three they're not necessarily pushing because they need to get their tyres to last to the end, while Toddy's going to try and utilise the fresh rubber as much as he can too, but obviously he has to get his tyres to the end as well. So unfortunately we're not really going to have much action here, because I think a lot of our drivers are more focused on tyre management instead of trying to get pace out of the car.
Yeah, and also Jack is wondering, a question is basically, actually not a question, but he wants one of us to explain the design. I think he's referring to the design of the Racing Point. Okay, yeah, so I can give you a little bit of an explanation there, Jack. Basically,
it's Mercedes, but it's pink.
It's a pink Mercedes. You got an engine of Mercedes. You got the replica of the 2019 Mercedes. You can even tell by the front wing, it's or the nose even, it looks like the 2019 Mercedes. And yeah, we just basically made a carbon copy of it.
Imagine if Racing Point's 2021 car was just a 2020 Mercedes with pink.
I probably would be laughing my butt off if that happens.
I'm just saying, we're going back to the podcast now, because this, quite frankly, it's very hard to try and make this race sound exciting.
Yeah.
But anyway, back to the podcast. Yep. Welcome to the Racer and BK Formula 1 podcast. We talk about Formula 1, and then we might get distracted and talk about something else. This is episode 2 of the day, where we talk about Force India / Racing Point / Aston Martin, whatever you want to call them. But anyway, I'm just saying, I think it's actually a genius idea from Racing Point to just copy last year's car. All they did was just, they looked at photos of the car and just, reimagined it. Very smart.
Imagine though, basically getting almost the same power as the 2019 Mercedes, but yet the current Mercedes has a lot more. Oh wait. Hang
on, we got yellows. Something happened. I think it was Banana,
maybe.
But nothing really much has happened to him.
Anyways,
that's unfortunate.
And anyways, let's go back to my explanation. So yeah, imagine basically having a 2019 car that has roughly the same pace as that car that year, but you're just 1 year behind. I mean, I get the Racing Points are actually not bad this season though. They're definitely like a top 5 car, as we have seen in the past for this season, but again, they are nowhere near the same pace as like the giants of like Mercedes, of course.
Yeah, exactly. As going back to the comments now, BKXI putting in a really funny comment saying pokes race with a stick and then come on do something, which I think really sums up my thoughts completely there. BKXI, he's a funny little man, that one.
Yeah.
As Racing Point, back to the podcast now. Racing Point, they've been pretty good this year. I think they've exceeded a fair few expectations by. I think they're third in the constructors at the moment. They might be, they might not be, but we've seen Sergio Perez and Lance Stroll get very close to the podium, and I think it's honestly a matter of a when and not an if when they get their first podium of the season, because I think it's definitely coming.
I mean, they haven't. I don't think they've stiffed the podium since 2018 from Azerbaijan with Perez. Well, at the time when they were Force India, of course. But I'm gonna pause you there for a minute as James Cruz has finally gone into the pits, and what is going to opt for this time? I think he's gonna opt for the mediums. Just go to the very end on those. If I'm not mistaken. Yep. You see the medium compound tires, and there you go. But anyway, also, I got another thing from Racer X. Well, I don't know. He was an old bloke back then, but anyway. I have no
idea who this man is.
Yeah, I don't know who he is either. I've seen his name before, but I mean, I've seen the same Chargers logo as well. But anyways, he wants us to talk about Ferrari, and it's I'm not going to say that word, but and its car. So yeah, we can go back to what happened with Ferrari. Actually, let's just pause that for a minute as Jamo has closed in on James Cruz.
Oh, on-track stuff. Let's talk about that instead.
Yeah, we'll go back to that later if we get it. Pause in the action. Oh, that's so close. That is super close there.
I think that looking at the tyre life here, I think that James should easily be able to break away, considering that he is on brand new mediums, while Jamo still has not made his first pit stop yet. You think that he would be near the point now where he wants to switch onto the soft compound of tyres. But yeah, so Jamo, we don't really know what his pit strategy is. You would expect now from him that being what am I trying to say? Being out on the track so long on these mediums, that surely he's going onto the softs at the end.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, James he does a little bit of lawn mowing himself as he runs into the grass a little bit. But I mean, maybe Haas are trying to develop a little bit of a lawnmower themselves. Maybe, be a little bit better than Mercedes, of course. They'd be better than that car, obviously. Anyways, Jamo closing in on James Cruz and towards Abbey. Oh, he cuts the corner there. Oh, how did they not spin out? I don't know. Oh, jeez.
Oh, there's contact. Kuda's been caught up in it as well.
He just chopped his nose clean. I think that was a little bit of an ambitious move there from Jamo. Oh, gosh.
Not the finest defending, though, by James Cruz. But, no. Yep, so James is going to hold on to P8. Jamo drops down to 10th as Kuda now moves up into P9. And we're going to go back into the comments now because I've seen some comments that really have caught my eye. Matt Taylor says, what do you think of the GeForce Esports team? I think that overall, as an idea, GeForce is if it's what you're looking for in terms of wanting to get better at F1 and all that, then it's good in that sense. But if you don't want it, if you think you can do it on your own and get better, then you might have other opinions on that one. But I think Zach's done a good job at building GeForce up to where it is now. And Jack Presley, what's GeForce? Pretty much, it's just an esports team, really, and they have a paid-for driver academy where they have some pretty good drivers to sort of try and help you out. They have Zach Crichton, who was actually the Masters champion last season. Then they have Aaron, who's currently runner-up.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but Lopez has gone to the pits now.
Actually, yeah, why are we promoting GeForce, man?
Yeah, why are we promoting
Yeah,
G-Force?
why are we? Just, G-Force, it's an esports team. Is it a scam? I'm gonna go with no. I'm gonna go with no, but if you don't, but if you pay for it and then don't do any of the driver coaching or anything, then you're sort of just giving Zach Crichton $3, and then you could say it's a scam. But yeah, that's the G-Force stuff done now. Is Lopez is in the pit, so just realised Lopez. I just realised Lopez is in the lead, so that probably means something then. But Lopez now, he's on a fresh set of soft compound tyres, and hang on, since when did Toddy overtake Bodhod? And since almost Toddy right on the back of Tao.
I don't know. I guess we got a little bit too distracted with our podcast, but I didn't remember seeing.
We got distracted promoting G-Force.
Well, promoting G-Force and also talking about the our little F1
I mean, there's nothing wrong with G-Force.
No, there's nothing wrong with it at all.
There's nothing wrong with it. We have here on we're representing Racer and I are representing Dynamic Nights Esports. When we say this, we have nothing against the G-Force esports team, and it is not a scam. No. But anyway, back to the action now. Is Toddy all over the back of Tao? He has that overtake, but on Tao's gonna defend the inside. And Toddy's gonna send it. Oh, there's contact slightly. He's around.
He's in the grass.
I don't even know any anymore, man. You talk, not me. I keep cutting you off.
I'm sorry. I got a little bit too excited as well myself. He just squeezed him though into the Stowe corner, and then just run him into the grass as well. But that also lost a little bit of ground for Toddy, but he's still within DRS range somehow. I don't know how after all that, but he will get DRS as he's 8/10 behind DNE. Towel is still on those older mediums. Of course, the fresher mediums are helping out that racing point as he's getting quicker and quicker. Does he have enough to get to the right? He's going to go the outside this time. He's going to try to go for the inside line into left field. Towel trying to squeeze him off, but he cannot do it as he does.
Towel's in the gravel.
Oh, dear.
An unfortunate end there to what was a fantastic overtake there by Toddy. Completely clean, by the way. There was no forcing off the track there. It's just that Tao ran a little bit wide on the exit, lost about 1.5 seconds there, but that was a fantastic overtake by G-Force Todd.
I mean, it was also proper racing too. It just smart racing though, because he did use the outside line of Brooklyn to get to the inside line of left field, so that's actually good racecraft, if I would say.
Yeah, I think that really shows the you can just by watching that battle and that overtake by Toddy, you can definitely tell that those two are Masters drivers, and that is right there a brief taste of what you can get if you watch the Masters streams every Friday night at 8:30 Australian Eastern Standard Time on the DNE YouTube channel. So if you want to see more action like that, what you just saw between Toddy and Tao, tune in every Friday night to watch Masters. It gives absolutely quality racing, and there's our promotion for the day.
There you go. Yep, and of course it has provided some good highlights.
I'm just saying, battle for P8 right now. James is trying to overtake Kuda.
I can see that, yes. And James Cruz is closed in on Kuda. Sorry about that. Changed camera there accidentally. But yeah, Kuda is losing ground on those hard compound tires as James Cruz is all over the back of him on those fresher set of mediums. It could be close. We might see them get close to James Cena overtake maybe if he stays within the DRS range of Kuda. Just gotta stay within under a second, of course. He's only about 4/10. Oh, he goes a little bit too deep there.
Sends it a little far there.
Yeah, that lost him a lot of time there.
You have to think as well, has Kuda gone for the wrong tyre by opting to go for the hards?
He probably has. I mean, he's losing ground to James. And James is on the fresh set of mediums, so that's played more into mostly his hands, I'd say, for the battle for 8th place. As I think that's the only thing we got, as everything else has gone a little bit crickets at this point. But,
Mate, about 33 of these laps have been all crickets.
Pretty much. I mean, we've only had, like, maybe just fouls from the back.
Should have made Alcatraz do this, man.
I know, but we opted to do it. But hey, why not? Oh! James Cruz, went a little bit wide there.
I heard you go, oh, that meant something.
James, oh, Kuda's off a little bit. He went into the, why did he do that as he's gone, he is all over the place.
All over the shop, mate. He's in aisle 1, he's in aisle 5, he's in aisle 10. He's all over the shop.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what he did. Well, like, I mean, I do know what he did, but, like, I don't know why he was going wide there. I think he might have lost focus or something. Because he went wide into Stowe, like, he pretty much took out the sponsor boards, and then just went wide into the end of Stowe. So, I'm not totally sure what he was doing exactly. But anyways, he's got James all over him. But James, does he have enough? No, I don't think so. I think he's a little bit too far away from Kuda.
Yeah, he's a little bit too far there, but if James can continue to stick on the back of Kuda, then, you know, if James can stick on the back of Kuda, then this could be a battle that we might have to stay on board with.
Yeah.
It's not because it's the only battle. I mean, it is, but we have to we have to act a little bit more interested in the race, because actually we've gained viewers somehow. We're welcome anyway.
Kuda goes wide.
James Cruz is all over the back of Kuda right now. He doesn't have much ERS left to play with, but will he send it? He's a little bit too far back, and he has stored against it, but he gets got a nice little cup there. That would be a warning, surely.
Oh, well, it's more than that. He just got a penalty for it, for cutting the corner.
Oh, I didn't get the pop up.
Oh, well, good job, Codemasters.
Thanks, Codemasters.
So, apologies to anyone that may be a fan of our podcast. We're gonna have to be on hold for at least a little while longer, I think. As we also
didn't think we had fans.
I mean, looks like we've gained a little bit, but anyway, what are we at now? We're at
we've just gone from 11 viewers back down to 9, so yeah, we've clearly, yeah, this is a race. Yeah. This is a race. We're racing. It's not a very good one, but we're racing.
Nah.
Oh, I mean, this is absolute quality action here. Definitely didn't wish it was a 50% race. This is absolutely fantastic. As lap 37, we can up the ante now, boys. Right, lap 37. I'm on board with G-Force Todd. He's about to go for an absolute baller move on Jamo. Ignore the fact that he's about to lap Jamo. The blue flags will be coming out soon, but G-Force Todd, we're actually going to see G-Force Todd drive near someone again.
Yeah, he is closing in on Jamo, but do you remember, though, from the yellow race that we did a few days ago, how there were drivers that, let's say, did not follow the blue flag rules? Do we think we could actually see that from Jamo? I mean, he is also in yellow.
Nah, Jamo's a good bloke, man. Jamo has a good understanding of the rules.
I'm just kidding with you, Jamo.
Oh, we've got yellows.
We've got yellows.
It's James Cruz.
It's James Cruz. Oh, that's such a shame.
Now the only chance of the battle we had is gone.
Yep, and he did that at the Vale chicane, but actually we can follow along with
Wait, Jamo is Jamo trying to defend? Toddy?
He was trying to defend. And
but Toddy gets around anyway.
It's
I think this is the first time that anyone has ever glorified someone lapping someone, but we're getting desperate for content here. As I'm going to go back to the comments now because we do have a new one. Who's better, G-Force or LR?
What's LR?
And the only thing I know about LR is that Amazing Hour drives for them.
Yeah,
I'm going to say LR is better because Amazing Hour is winning Masters, and obviously Masters is everything that matters here at Dynamic Night Esports. So LR is confirmed to be better than G-Force, and we can thank Amazing Hour for that one. For he has won 3 out of 3 in Masters, man, and unfortunately he was a late withdrawal for tonight because unfortunately we only have 15 drivers on the grid today. 11 still in the race as Lopez has overtaken Bodhod. We've missed that.
We have missed that, yes.
So that's fun. But you know what? Lopez on the soft compounded tyre, he has about 4.5 seconds to his teammate.
Yep.
I think that Lopez is going to be on the charge here, and I think Lopez could actually end up taking second from his teammate. So this is going to be something we have to watch.
Probably soon, but yeah, I mean, Towel right now is still on those old mediums, but he hasn't pitted yet. Oh, Towel! Whoa, he went a little bit into the grass there in the hangar straight. Seen some drivers do that kind of mistake in the race already, but he almost did that himself, as he also lost time to Lopez. Lopez is closed in now, and Towel has got a penalty too for good measure as well. But yeah, back to back to the subject of LR. I don't know much of it, like I said, and same with you. But yeah, it seems like they do really well. I mean, Amazing Hour, like you said, has been winning all 3 races so far. Pretty much has been on a tear in that racing point. But the thing is that the thing that was memorable so far out of the first 3 races was the Australia race, how he came back and was like making a charge through the field and was managing to jump G-Force Aaron when he had a 3-second penalty. And Amazing, I don't think had any, and he was just charging through the field, just throwing the car through certain parts of the track that were like really solid that I probably wouldn't even do. But yeah, the way he drove that race was just like he just showed a lot of confidence in that car as well, but mostly his skill.
Yeah, exactly. That comeback, I think it was like 13th to 1st in the last 7 or 8 laps. It was one of the best drives I've seen in league racing. As if you look at the gap now between those Ferraris, it's gone down quite drastically in the last lap or two. I think that Lopez really is going to be in a position to strike, because for some reason, J Dunk, he insists on unlapping himself, and it's really costing Tao here.
Yeah, he's ignoring the blue flags. Something like I said, that we did see in yellow in Mexico a few days ago. But yeah, the gap is closed to now actually near 1.1 seconds between the 2 Ferraris. Now, also, if I'm not mistaken, do you think that is it? Oh wait!
Oh, we got yellow.
Oh, we got a safety car deployed.
Out.
Kudos out. We got a safety car.
Oh, no, I'm watching James Cruz. Was he in the fence? Was he in the fence?
He was in the fence.
He was.
He's in the fence.
It's pretty delayed because we didn't see it, but we got it anyway. As now Iceman and Banana Cake Pie peeling into the pits. I can only imagine that a lot of drivers will decide to opt for the fresh soft compounded tyre.
Oh yeah.
And one thing I've just noticed, the Stone Towel, he picked for fresh softs last lap.
Yeah, so this might play to his hands a little bit. Maybe he could gain at least a couple positions if he can get by Iceman and Banana, but it might be close once they get to the pit exit. Let's see what Prezzo is. He is near the pit.
He's going to get him.
Yeah, he will.
He's got him.
He did. He got him. He's in 5th place now, with the fresh set of softs as well. That played a lot to his hands there.
Yeah, it did, and I think everyone from here has to make a pit stop onto a set of soft compounded tyre. I think that if you don't, you're just going to fall by the wayside there. As Toddy comes in, Jamo comes in.
Lopez stays out though, but
he stays out. He was already on soft compound tyres. Maybe he doesn't have a new set. Bodhod's going to follow in as well. So Lopez is going to be the man who takes the race lead from here.
Wow, some representation there from Lopez. He did win the purple race in Mexico. Maybe he could be in line to be winning the British Grand Prix. If possible, he just needs to hold Toddy or whoever will come out in 2nd place behind him, and I think it will be Toddy from the way it looks.
Yeah, it's going to be Todd.
Yeah, it will be. So Toddy will will be in 2nd place, and then Towel and Bodhod will stay in 3rd and 4th. And then Prezzo also is on fresh set of softs, but it helped him though with the VSC by jumping both Iceman and Banana. So that benefited him a little bit as well to get a top 5 finish, or whatever the case will be. But the question is, how will Lopez be able to hold off the rest of the field that are on much fresher set of softs because he's on 8-lap old soft tires.
Yeah, it's gonna play a huge factor. Obviously, Lopez already on the soft tires didn't see a need to come in for a new set, and this is gonna be probably about 10 laps to the finish. So everything that's led up to this has really been for nothing because it's just gonna all the strategy and all that. It's all merged into the same one. It's gonna be a straight out race, and I reckon it's gonna be an absolute cracker.
Yeah, and. Racer just put out a comment saying he's in the fence. Yeah, he was in the fence. Jamo just unlapped himself from the safety car. Wait, he got a 5-second penalty for ignoring yellow flags. He's been disqualified. Because he got disqualified. Oh.
No, he's still driving, man.
Wait. So did he have the green light? I wasn't on him.
I mean, I wasn't either, but. I mean, the game's been fairly chill, and sometimes race control does throw out some pretty whack disqualifications. So, I mean, he's still driving around. He still has his interval, and I think luckily for Jamo, he's been able to unlap himself. So he still be in for a shot at a good result today.
But he also has
all right, so. Back to the comments now. Downforce19 says, hello to you, my friend.
Hello.
How are you enjoying the stream so far? We'll try and act a little bit more excited about it. And Macca's Gaming says, hey dad, at BKXI. Now, a lot of people call me dad, and it's in the league racing community, and honestly, it's a little bit concerning.
And why did they call you that? Actually, I don't think I've ever heard anyone call you dad.
Ramsey calls me dad on a daily basis.
Okay. Interesting.
I get called dad quite often, and it's a little bit concerning, but I get it. You know, I'm an idol. I'm an inspiration to everyone. You know, you know, like if I have to take on the role of a father figure, I suppose I have to. As Lopez and Toddy are scrapping it out right now under the safety car, I suppose they need something to do to warm up the old tires. As
not to mention
we'll run you through the order.
Yeah, no problem.
I'll run you through the order.
Yep. Shut up. Sorry.
Shut up. Oh, we'll turn it into yellow comms again. Lopez, Toddy, Towel, Bodod, Stone Towel, a lot of towels, Banana Cake Pie, Ice Band, James Cruz, J Dunk, and then Jamo. Now you can talk.
Now I can talk. I was gonna say though, he had Lopez had some close calls, actually, almost hitting the back of the safety car though, as well. So luckily, you know, it's not the first time we have seen someone hit the back of a safety car. Australia Masters. We can refer that to Gaming Wafer when he crashed into the back of it when the safety car first came out. And
that was a very peculiar incident there back in Masters. As looks like safety car is going to stay out for another lap, which is good because we still have 3 drivers who are yet to catch it. And to everyone in the comments, leave your predictions. Who is going to win the race from here?
And Downforce19 also mentioned in the comments. I'll read the last two. He says, "All good here in England." Welcome to the stream from England. And he also says, "Just relaxing and watching some racing." Hey, I mean, I don't know if you came in just now, but you might be in for a show. Downforce19. So we'll see how the race goes to the end, as we have someone that's in the pits. It's J Dunk, who I guess is serving a penalty as well. Yeah, he is. He's just serving one of his 5-second penalties. So he also goes behind Jamo. And I think we should have the safety car come in this lap, I would shoot.
Yeah, I think it was a safe bet there. So we'll get... I think it will be 9 laps to the finish. So, it's great to know that the first 43 laps of this race meant absolutely nothing. So, if you're joining us now, or if you joined us recently, these last 9 laps are going to be an absolute cracker, because there's going to be no having to manage the tyres to the end. It's just going to be 10 drivers driving their cars as fast as they can, as all 10 of them. They're in for a shot to win this race, and I think all 10 of them want to win this race. And it hasn't been confirmed yet, but I believe the safety car will be coming in this lap, as everyone except for J Dunk has caught the safety car, and I fully expect him to. Well, we hope he can make it, because that would be pretty unfortunate if he didn't. But Racer, who do you think's going to win from here?
Depends really on penalties as well, but I've got maybe my money on GeForce Todd to win the race.
I was going to say.
Yes. Yeah.
I was going to say, let's put penalties aside, just on track. Who'll be the first person to cross the line? And I think we both agree it's probably going to be Toddy. Absolute class of his own today.
Yeah, and then probably following that will be the Ferraris. But now the safety car is in this lap. But real quickly, who would you go for your podium? Just real quickly.
We'll start with Toddy. On track, I'm going to be Toddy P1, Towel in P2, and I like throwing in a bit of a wild card for third, so I'm going to go for Banana Cake Pie.
Okay, right. So we are back under green once again. From Lopez, Todd, Towel, Bodhud, Stone Towel, Banana Cake Pie, Iceman, James Cruz, Jammo, and J Dunk right now rounded off the top 10. Into the village we go, and it looks like Lopez is still holding position. Oh, and Towel's trying to squeeze. He got squeezed a little bit there by Toddy. Those two were going at it before, and they almost did it again, and now he's going to have to deal with another Ferrari as he's gone the inside of Lopez, and he gets him in the span of 5 corners. So Toddy back up into first place again, and the Ferraris back to second and third behind the Mercedes. Sorry. I keep misidentifying that car. I'm sorry, it's a Racing Point. Yeah,
getting confused. It's been I can see the confusion. You know, it's a very similar aerodynamic design, but Toddy got past Lopez probably a little bit quicker than what we thought, but we definitely expect him to get past, especially with Lopez being on the older soft compound of tyre. And I think the question is now, will Toddy be able to pull away, or will Lopez be able to hang on?
I think right now at the moment it looks like Lopez is starting to hang on a little bit, even with the older tires. He's not doing that bad of a job to try to stay within, as J Dunk gets a penalty, and I think Toddy just at the fastest lap of the race into the 26s now. So also the DRS will be back, I think by lap 46. Yep, lap 46. So right now it's just the racing points and the Ferraris just so far battling out, as I think everyone's kind of spread out a little bit. But you've got to love that gearbox glitch, as Prezzo is revlining on my screen.
He's not on mine.
Yeah, no, he is on mine. His car is just completely revlining. But anyway, he's all over. Oh gosh, that's so bad.
Just don't watch him on board, man. You'll be fine.
No, I know. I'm not. I'm just saying it just sounds bad. It just sounds like a freaking like a minigun almost.
As Alcatraz, he's joined us in the comments. He said, remember to like, share, and subscribe. And he said, great work. You know what, Alcatraz, we probably put in slightly more effort than what you would have, but thank you for thank you for handing over the commentary gig to us for tonight. I will happily return it to you for the next round.
Exactly.
But J-Dog now, he's made a move on Jammo. These two are actually going at it right now. So Jammo, a little bit of contact. What's J-Dog going to do? He's going to send it.
No, he has to stay behind Jammo. So Jammo holds his position. Oh, and he clips the sausage curve. He just got disqualified for ignoring a drive-through penalty. Wow. Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot he had a drive-through penalty.
Yeah.
He's been disqualified, and now the yellows are out. Can we bring out the safety car back and maybe have like a 2-lap shootout? No.
Well, I'm just saying right now, the Ferrari is getting close, and the Stone Towel is all over the back of Bodhod. So I reckon that we're going to see a battle for second and then a battle for fourth as well, because I think Banana Cake Pie is going to invite himself to this party. As
he has, yeah.
Not many laps left, and it's going to be a lot of these battles are going to go right down to the wire, I reckon.
Yeah, we have over 5 laps to go. I mean, it's still I think it's still anybody's. Oh no, Towel's gone.
Oh,
Towel's lost it.
It's Towel, sorry.
No, it's Towel. He spun it. He hit the sausage.
Oh no!
Is he gonna hit the fence?
Is he gonna go in the fence?
Come on!
No! Come on, Towel!
He reversed. But meanwhile, Prezzo is under pressure from Banana. All over the back of him is Banana Cake Pie, all over Prezzo. Into the Veil Chicane, hold him up, and DNA Town calls it quits. So now we're down to 9-ish cars left. As the gap is now between Lopez and Toddy at 1.3 seconds. Banana up, he gets a penalty there for cutting that corner. As he's going to try to go for it. Oh no, he does not. Holds up. They're just still hitting. They're just hitting the sausage curbs. As Iceman now is involved in the party, so now we got a 4-car.
Yeah, this is going to be a full-leg scrap for third, boys.
Yes, it is. So we finally got something going. As
Banana's
got the better slipstream. Yeah, no problem. He goes to the inside. Oh, Prezzo's trying to hold up the inside lane into left field. Does he hold him up? He just squeezes him.
Oh no, Banana's going to go in it again.
He's all right. He's all right. He's on the outside though, into Cops, and he gets the position.
And so he's got it done. What a move by Banana Cake Pie. Give that man overtake of the week.
Yep, he is famous for that. But sorry to cut you off.
I was going to say, as Iceman had a front row seat to that battle, and I think his eyes would have been like dinner plates there, probably hoping those two crashed into each other. But unfortunately for Iceman, they didn't. But fortunately for us, a great bit of on-track action as Banana Cake Pie is going to push and try and get onto the podium now.
Yeah, Albany goes a little bit wider out still, but he is closing now on Bodhon. It's only about half a second. Separate. Oh, a little bit of contact, I think, between Prezzo and Banana as well at the Veil Chicane. And now Iceman is all over the McLaren. What does the AlphaTauri have in store for the McLaren ahead of him? Prezzo's gone a little bit wide. Does he try to set? Oh, he's going to go for it. Oh, he almost went for it, but he had to hold the position. But Bodhan also kind of separated from the pack as well, thanks to those guys battling as well for pretty much for the top 5 from the way it looks. Love that gearbox.
Yeah, that's the negative of battling so much sometimes. You can just lose time to the cars ahead, and I think at the moment Bodhan might be in a safe position as he's out of that 1 second DRS threshold. But for Banana, the Stony Tower, and Iceman, these guys are going to keep going at it until the end of the race.
Yeah, I'm also real quick in the comment section. Apparently, DK and Racer were really disappointed that he was not in the fence. That being DNE Towel. Yeah, I wish he was. It would have been some content there for us, but I think this is the content right now that we have to focus on too. Prezzo is closing in on Banana a little bit. He's only 4 tenths, but he's still too far away at the moment with Iceman. Somewhat in there. The Bonhar's kind of spread out a little bit though from Banana, as the gap now is 1.4 seconds, and we only have 4 more laps to go into this British Grand Prix.
Yeah, so Racer, I'm going to ask you right now, who has been your driver of the day?
The driver of the day. I have to give it to Bodhard. From going from 9th to right now in the podium position. Has been a pretty solid drive from him. I'll give it to the Mercedes of Bodhard. You?
Well, I'm going to go with the boring pick here. I'm going to go with Toddy purely because in terms of pace and overtaking ability, or the few overtakes he's had to make, not many people really compared to Toddy today. He's been in an absolute league of his own. And yeah, GeForce Todd is my pick for driver of the day after an absolutely dominant performance.
I probably get where you're going on that. I mean, he did have a really solid race overall, and some things did come his way. The VSC from earlier definitely helped him out with gain much better pace, and yeah, he was just in a league of his own. But anyway, we can go back to the battle for 3rd place as Banana now has DRS on Bodhard, but he's just a little bit too far back. But we could see this go down to the final lap, I reckon, between the Renault and the Mercedes.
Yeah, but we can't count out that McLaren or AlphaTauri either, because I think both of them know that they can't afford to battle for the 5th, because they know that Banana and Bodford are going to try and fight it out, and those two are going to want to try and capitalise on that, especially the Stone Tower. He's in a much better position to do so. on board now, well, I'm running on board with Banana Cake Pie as we've started lap 50 as Banana's going to have DRS here, Bodhod with a much better exit speed as he chucks on the overtake button, that being Banana, and he's going to gain on Bodhod. It's just not enough for now, but he brakes pretty deep there.
Yeah, that was a little bit deep on the brakes. Of course,
the Bodhod holds third.
Yeah. I mean, pretty much also what helps in the case, too, for Bodhod is that he also is running no TC, which also gives you better exit speed, I think, in my opinion, as well. I don't think Banana is using no TC, obviously, but...
hashtag easy mode.
Yeah, hashtag easy mode. Yes, but he is all over that Mercedes right now. But he does not get the best of exits out of the hangar straight. But can he get him into stow? He doesn't even have that much ERS either. He's trying to save. He's going to try to wrap around the outside. Now he's trying to cut and switch around, but he cannot. Now he's going to try to go for the outside into Vale. He will try to go the inside line into Club.
Oh, that was nasty.
That was a nasty cut there from Bodhod, for sure. But somehow...
So that's brought the Stone Tail and Iceman back into this.
Yeah, a little bit, yes. From the case, we have only, what is it right now? 2 more laps to go into this British Grand Prix. But I think we're just going to be sticking with the battle for P3. Oh, that was a little bit close in the brakes from Banana. But he did get a decent exit, though. Now is he going to try to get on Bodhod into the Wellington Straight? He's going to have to stick back, I think.
He's half said that.
He almost did. He was trying to go for the outside line into left field as well. Hopefully trying to go for the outside line, but he didn't. He had to stay back to the Mercedes. But, yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
Far out. But yeah, fantastic battling right now. It's taken us 51 laps to get some, but we finally got it. Banana Cake Pie all over the back of Bodhod, and you can just tell that he's getting extremely impatient with the Mercedes drive. He activates the DRS, and he's not really able to manage the ERS too well because he's constantly trying to overtake. Banana's going to go for it now around the outside here at the Stowe corner. Bodhod's going to hold it. Close.
That is some aggressive defending from Bodhod. Now Banana's going to send it into... Oh, wow, that was quite a send from Banana as we have now started the final lap of the British Grand Prix. Well, with Toddy right now with a 3-second gap, but we'll get to him later. But Banana trying to hold off that Mercedes as he's got... Oh, here comes Prezzo on the inside into turn 3, into Village. Bodhod holds him off.
Contact.
It's like contact. He pushes him
off. Iceman's on the inside now.
Yeah, he was. But he had to hold position as he kind of got closed the door there. But now Bodhod trying to get Banana. Banana tries to swerve a little bit of an IndyCar line, but he manages to hold off at least. He's got quite a distance between him and that Mercedes.
Yeah, these guys, they all know it's the last lap. They all know that if they want to go for a move, they have to go for it now. That's why the Stone Tail and Iceman went for those ambitious little dives earlier on in the lap. But the gap is starting to spread back out again. Really only 1 or 2 more viable overtaking opportunities here, as I think Iceman is in a good spot to get the Stone Tail, especially if he's going to run wide there. And now Iceman, he's going to activate the overtake button, he's going to activate the DRS. All the Stone Tail can do to hold on is stick down the inside, as Toddy's going to win the race, but the Stone Tail's going to hold on to P5.
He does, and Lopez jumped him in penalties. So Lopez wins the Grand Prix.
Oh
my gosh! Iceman's gone! Banana gets 3rd, Bodhod 4th, and Prezzo gets 5th.
And one AlphaTauri is going to overtake the other. J-Dog, Iceman spun. He's in the fence.
He's in the fence.
And that is a wrap on the British Grand Prix. Ladies and gentlemen, a very, very exciting finish there, as the game has given driver of the day to James Cruz. And you know what? James Cruz is our new driver of the day. Toddy didn't win, so he loses my vote.
I'll give him that. But Lopez...
James Cruz is the new driver of the day, as Lopez wins the Grand Prix.
Yeah, back-to-back wins for him in one day, as he did win the purple race in Mexico, and now he wins the British Grand Prix for the 100% race. So big congratulations to him as he beats GeForce Toddy on penalties. And yeah, and then Banana gained 3rd place as well for the great battle for the final laps of the race as well. I gotta say that. So if you want to give us the order one more time, BK.
Alright, just waiting for it to load up now, but Lopez wins the British Grand Prix with GeForce Todd in 2nd place, Banana Cake Pie rounding at the podium in 3rd, then it will be Bodhod, the Stone Towel in 5th, James Cruz in 6th in the end, as Iceman and J-Dunk, they racked up a minute's worth of penalties combined there. So the AlphaTauri boys not doing the greatest job there. They have 7th and 8th. Danny Tower, the last remaining runner, in 9th. The rest didn't finish the race. And like you said, Lopez, he's won 2 races today. He won in purple. He also won right now in the full-length championship. And can he do the Triple Crown? Will Lopez be able to win in the GT3 League in an hour's time? We'll have to... Unfortunately, we don't have a stream on that, but we will find out later tonight.
Yeah, that should be... this should be quite interesting, though. But yeah, very respectable races, though, from Lopez, gotta say that. It's definitely one of the best, I say, in the America Series as well. But I think, shall we wrap it up then, I guess?
Yeah, that is...
Yep.
Yeah, that's it from the commentary crew today. Thank you, everyone, for joining us for the first ever round of the full-length championship. I believe the next round is the Spanish Grand Prix in a couple weeks' time. I will actually quickly confirm that one for the watching audience. The next round doesn't want to load for me, but I believe it's Spain in a couple weeks' time.
Yep, it's correct. It's Spain.
Alright, so we will see you. Yeah. So, in a couple weeks' time, ladies and gentlemen, come back at this exact same time, 5 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, on a Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening, Saturday Arvo, whatever you want to call it, on the 19th of September for the second round of this championship at the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya. Boy, that's going to be exciting for the Spanish Grand Prix. Anyway, KD, any parting comments?
No other comments, just it was a good race overall, and we shall see you for the Spanish Grand Prix. We'll see who will be the comms for that, but I think it'll be Alcatraz doing that. But till then, we will be you and I will be back later on for Yellow for Zandvoort, so that should be an interesting race. I can't wait for that, especially since it's the first time that Formula One's been back there in over 35 years, so that should be interesting.
But yeah, anyway, that was KD 1997. I am BKXI. You have been